Hi, welcome back to another episode of Conversations on Couch. And if you have made it till now, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching the episodes. And if you have any suggestions or any feedback, so feel free to share that in the comment section below. Today's episode, I will be sharing my opinions. I will be answering some I will be answering some philosophical questions. So I will randomly have the questions from Google and Pinterest, and we're just gonna talk about it. And yes, that's it. Let's go. First question is, can people ever truly change? Hmm. I feel that people can change. Yes, yes. I feel that people can change, but can they ever truly change? I'm not really sure about that, but I do believe that people change, and changes, though, I think is very constant part of our life and it is never ending. So I do believe that people do change for the best, for the worst, I don't know, but yes, they change, and it is very hard for me to think about their maybe core beliefs if ever truly they can change it, I don't know, but I feel if they want to, they can. Also, I think philosophical questions just make you think a lot, and but the answers are just really simple. So this is fun, even though I've answered only one question, but yes. Okay, so the next question is how much it have two, three parts, so I think I'm gonna answer one by one. How much control do we have over our own lives and choices? I think we have a good control, at least on the choices that we make. Like sometimes things are just gonna happen in our life which is not in our control, and we cannot do anything about it. But we can definitely make the informed choices that will affect the other situations in our life. So that is in our control, of course. Our choice is in our control, but the consequences of those choices are also in our are not in our control but are directed towards our choices, if it makes sense. To continue with that, are some people at an advantage because they control more of their life than others? I think yes, and also no, because even if people are in more control of their lives from some people, it does not mean that the control that they have is good for them. For example, if people have control over their life and they are not making good choices about that, it won't matter. Like, what are they gonna do about the advantage to फिर है ही नहीं, because they are not making the right choice or decision. So I think it can be both advantage or disadvantage considering how you're using it. Next is, are we all connected in some way or another, and is this connection means anything to us? I think um, in general people are connected to some people than other, like not all, but we are connected. And I also feel that we attract people that are slightly like us and who match our energy. It just feel that way to me. And is this connection means anything to us? I think yes, considering the society that we live in, it is very important to be connected and be bonded with people. So yes, it means something to us. Next is, can we ever be sure what other people are thinking or feeling? I don't think so. I mean, what they're feeling and thinking is not in our control, and we cannot be ever sure, of course, because maybe someone is saying one thing, but they are not meaning it. They might say that they are happy, but maybe they are not. So how can you know? So I think it is just a matter of trusting people and just believing that if they need help, they'll reach out and whatever they're saying is true. But of course, if you see contradictory actions or maybe things, so you can ask and see what is the truth. And I think in that way we can be a little sure about what people are thinking and feeling. Because anyway, I don't think there's another way that you observe. Like, one is the direct communication that people are sharing, that what they're thinking and feeling, and the other is observation, of course. So I think yes, if these two matches, then you can be sure, and if not, then maybe you cannot be sure. Next is, are people inherently good or evil? Why? I don't know. I think I feel that we are all capable of being extremely good and extremely bad. We all have all the tendencies, of course, but it is our choice of what we are going to do about it. Some people are just drawn towards making the bad and wrong decisions, and they don't seem to care about it, and that's okay. This is just how they are. But I think people are born with the tendency of these things, but it also depends upon external factors. For example, the environment that you were born into, the people that you have, and how they respond to these things that you do. So I think उन चीज़ों से it makes a lot of difference. But inherently either good or evil, I don't think that is true, because I feel like morally gray area is there, and you can live in that, I think. Next is, what is beauty? And उसी का next है, is beauty objective or subjective? Okay, so I'm gonna answer them together. I think for me, beauty is subjective. I mean, for me, it's not just about the looks, but how the person is. For example, if someone is beautiful visually, like they have good looks and they're beautiful, but they speak shit about other people and they just doesn't respect people in general, so I would not consider them beautiful. Visually, yes, but as a person, as a human being, no. But on the other hand, someone who's maybe society के हिसाब से not that beautiful, but they are a good human being. They know how to speak to other people, they know how to respect other people's boundary, and they know how to just be them, and they make people happy, and they speak about when things get difficult. So I think that is more beautiful. Also feel that beauty also lies in the rawness, like the raw side of you that you have with people, and it's not just about the looks. So yes, it is subjective for me at least. Next is, what gives life its meaning? Hmm. Wow, that's deep. Okay, so again, I think it can be subjective, but for me, if I have this life, what I feel is I am not here to be someone. Like, my purpose is not to be someone. I think I am here to create something. Create something in the sense, create a space for people to be comfortable, maybe to have that privilege of being with people, and just having that safe space, you know what I'm trying to say. And maybe create art, create, I don't know. I don't think I'm here to be someone, because it just doesn't feel like that. Yes. Next is, why do we create art? I don't know. Why do we create art? I don't know, because I think for me sometimes it is part of reality, and sometimes it is the escape from reality. And for me, art is very not just the paint brushes and making something. If you're seeing something and you're just making it on the paper, it's not. that is not the only definition of art for me. For me, everything is art. The way that you're speaking, the way that you express yourself, fruits in general, the way that maybe you're cooking, the way that you're walking, the way that a flower have its own space in this whole bada sa garden. I think everything is art, for me at least. It's not very just the color palette wala thing, but yes, I think it depends upon how you have the meaning of it in yourself. Like for me, like I mentioned, everything is art. Like this, what I'm creating is art. It is a form of art, right? So yes, why do we create it? I don't know. Maybe to feel good, maybe to feel better, maybe to have happy places in your life that you can do something. I think this is why we do art in general. Next is, could the world make any progress if technology didn't exist? I think yes, because from the if I look back in time, so the time that started, obviously there were no technology. There were form like what is technology? I think with time there are different forms of technology. For example, if I talk about really early times में, तो people used to write, है ना, and मे बी जो भी बुक्स वगैरह होता था या मे बी जो ऐसे जो भी सब चीज़ें होती हैं, सो दे यूज टू शेयर द थिंग्स विद राइटिंग और मे बी अनाउंसमेंट, सो दैट वॉज द फॉर्म ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी उस टाइम पे, which is now changed to internet and phones and social media in today's term. So I think technology has always been there. Yes, so I think technology has always been there in some form of or another. We have just evolved with it, just like humans. So I think it's part of us. Next is it always better to know the truth even if it makes someone sad? I think it depends upon the degree of the truth. I mean, I'm not saying that you should lie to people just to make them feel happy. That is not how it is and how it should be. But I think there should be, you should make the distinguish between the right time to tell people the truth even if it makes them sad. I'm not saying that you should be just 100% practical, and if you want to share the truth and if the person is going through something, you share it with them and just don't care कि उनको कैसा feel हो रहा है. This is not what I mean. I think yes, you can share the truth even if it makes them feel sad. It's just about maybe pick a right time. And yes, and sometimes I feel that if without sharing the truth, you can also work, you can also maybe live your life and work things out. So maybe it's okay, you don't have to tell if it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Next is, do animals think like we do? How do you know? I think they do, because I have two pets and I've seen with them. मतलब I think basic instincts में तो they do think like us, because one of my, like my youngest dog, she would not eat anything for days when she was little, and we were very, of course we were panicking and we were like, why is she not eating, and usko hamesha kuch ho jata tha. She used to fell ill a lot, and we used to take her to the doctors, and after 2 or 3 times the doctor said that nothing is wrong with her, she's totally fine, and she just doesn't eat, that is why she is feeling low, and she does it for the attention, which makes sense because I've noticed it. Abhi tak bhi, it's been like 7 years and she still does that. And there would be days, okay, so her height is very small, but the drawing room that we have, she can easily climb up to the sofa, but she would not. If I'm sitting here and she want to come यहाँ पे, so she'll come here, she'll look at me constantly जब तक I'm not looking at her, and then as soon as we make eye contact, she would turn around and she would just be up like this on the sofa. But वो खुद चढ़ेगी नहीं, फिर भी I'll have to help her. And I think yes, they do think some way. like human से related. Maybe not exactly 100%, but 50-60% yes, they do think alike. Next is what makes someone a good friend. For me, I think I'm just gonna maybe count some green flags in friendship, and you can make up what makes a good friend. So I think they are they don't judge you. They share their honest feedbacks with you. They listen to you, and they are there for you in very simple ways. And of course, it should be reciprocated. I'm not saying that only one person should do that. And people should be mature, because I've seen some people like really immature doing really immature stuff in friendship, and it just doesn't make any sense. Next is, if you had three wishes, would you use them for yourself or others, and why? Mm, if I had three wishes, I will not use them. If I will use them for myself or others, I would definitely use at least one wish for myself. I'm not just gonna. Hmm. At least one wish for myself. Maybe one wish in general. I don't know if I want to wish. What would I wish for? I don't think we say like there is only one thing that I want it to happen, and I think it will. But besides that, I don't want to wish anything because I know that I can work towards things in life. Maybe I'll wish for my mom. Yes. And maybe I'll wish for animals. I think, yes, this is, yes, it makes sense. One wish I'll make for my mom, even though I know I can do things for her, but in general, maybe if I can wish, so maybe I can wish for, say, anything. So I'll make a wish for my mom, and I'll make a wish for animals in general all around the world. And maybe I'll save the third wish in case कभी emergency में ज़रूरत पड़ती है तो. You can also tell me what three wishes that you would wish for if you had a chance, and would it be for yourself or others? And I think it's okay if it's for yourself, because why not? Why not? And yes. So you can let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to know more about it. And if you like this episode, maybe leave a comment down below and like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next week with a new episode, 8 p.m. Sunday. And thank you so much for watching.